Hi friends, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I asked you guys to ask me a bunch of questions, so I'm just going to be getting ready while I answer a bunch of questions that you guys had for me. I do want to say that a lot of them are like influencer slash social media related questions, which I'm perfectly fine with, but I just wanted to let you guys know that most of them are related to social media. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to join our little family, and also don't forget to follow my TikTok. I'll put it right here, and I always have it in the description. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So the first thing I'm going to do quickly is just put my hair up so it's not in my face. In this video, I'm not going to be giving you guys like a full makeup routine, so if you guys want that, comment down below and I can definitely film that for you guys. The first question I got asked is, how do you get PR slash collaborations, and how do I have so many brands reaching out to me? I wanted to start off by saying that while it may look like a ton of brands are reaching out to me, in reality, all influencers are majority of the time are reaching out to the brands. While I do have some brands reaching out to me, which I will get into that, I reach out to a ton of brands. For instance, when I wanted to get PR from Brilliance, I sent them over an email. I don't think they'll mind, so I'm going to put my email right here, and I'm also going to put their email response of what they said, and I basically just sent an email over and told them, you know, what I do on my channel and that I would love to work with them and would love to have some PR from them. In your email, it's best to just tell them what you do on your channel, how old you are, you know, what your niche is, and things like that. I also think it's good to add in there why you think you would be beneficial for posting content for them. And it's also really important to get a media kit. I just made my media kit in Canva. Up here, I'll show you guys a little bit of my media kit. I'm not going to show you guys everything, but you can get a general consensus of what it should look like. But I hope that I explained that well. But back to brands reaching out to you. In all honesty, I don't have a lot of brands reach out to me, but that's just because in terms of like being an influencer, I definitely have like a smaller community than most people. For instance, the way I started working with Shein is because they reached out to me and said they had watched my content and also knew me. They found me on YouTube. And another brand I just had reach out to me a few weeks ago was Luisa. And it's a good idea to put your business email in your bio and your description, because if brands come across your content and they want to work with you, they have to have a way to reach out to you. Speaking of Luisa, I wanted to thank them for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Luisa is a jewelry brand based in New York City that provides high quality jewelry at a more affordable price point. Luisa was kind enough to send over their Adelaide Pearl Station bracelet and also their Elise Delicate Huggy Hoops. As we all know, Mother's Day is fastly approaching, and if you're looking for a long-lasting gift for your mom, then Luisa is the perfect gift for her. They have everyday staple jewelry ranging from earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and rings. One of the biggest things I love about Luisa's jewelry is they feel so dainty and light that I don't even feel like I have them on, which is a really big thing for me because I think we all love to have a little bit of jewelry just to elevate our look, but we don't want to feel like it's weighing us down. One of the major reasons I love these Huggy Hoops is because I have super sensitive ears, and not only do I not feel them when I put them in, I don't even feel like I have them in when I'm wearing them. I also think their pearl bracelet is just such a nice staple to have to elevate any outfit that you're wearing. Another thing I love about Luisa is all of their jewelry is tarnish free, and it was also tested in humidity, which is so important for me as a girl who lives in Texas. Sometimes it is like 110 to 120 degrees here, so that is so important to me because I want my jewelry to last a long time. Not only that, if something were to happen to your jewelry, they have a 2-year warranty on every single piece. Along with that, they also offer free and fast shipping for every order that's placed in the US. The last thing I love about Luisa is that you don't have to sacrifice having cute jewelry pieces for the environment's sake. Their brand is carbon neutral and climate neutral certified, so again, you don't have to sacrifice the environment just to have cute jewelry pieces. If you're looking for the perfect sentimental gift this Mother's Day, don't forget to check out Luisa using the link in the description box below. Again, thank you Luisa for sponsoring this portion of today's video. The next question someone asked was, what are some of my major life goals? I would say obviously one of my biggest goals would be to do something with my social media. I know a lot of people probably think I'm crazy for continuing to do social media, but if I don't try it, I'll never know if it would have worked out. I'm also at the age right now where my parents aren't forcing me to get a job, so I have at least a year or two to really figure out what I want to do with my life. Another major life goal of mine would obviously be to have a family. I've wanted kids and a family my entire life, so that's something that I definitely will be doing in the far future. With that question, somebody also asked if I could ever see my makeup career taking off or doing anything with it. Obviously, like I just said, I'm definitely going to continue to pursue social media. Now, with my social media, I like to do makeup, positivity, I like to post Christian content, I kind of just like to post everything, which I think would be under lifestyle. But in terms of makeup, I definitely am going to continue to post makeup, and if I can make a career on social media out of makeup, then I will literally be the happiest girl in the world, because I've always loved makeup and it's something that I'm very interested in doing. Now, in terms of having a job that isn't necessarily social media but is still makeup related, I have thought about maybe going to esthetician school to learn how to do bridal makeup. That's also something that I've been pretty interested in because I love to do like heavy glam, and I think it would just be so fun to be a part of someone's special day. Not only would I like to do bridal makeup, I definitely could also see myself doing like formal and prom makeup as well. The next question somebody asked me is it possible to become an influencer at 12? Now, when I tell you this, I'm telling you how I personally feel. Now, if you're 12 and you're wanting to become an influencer, you really need to be asking your parents these questions because I don't control your life. It's always important to let your parents know you're on social media, and especially if you're under, I would say, about 15, they definitely need to be monitoring your comments and things like that if you do decide to do social media. I have no idea where my regular bronzer brush is, so I'm just gonna have to use this one, but now I'm gonna get into if I think you can become an influencer at 12. So obviously the answer is, of course, anyone can become an influencer at any age. We literally have parents that are putting their kids on the internet and becoming influencers at like 3, 4, 5. The question you really need to ask yourself is, do you want to become an influencer that young? While I can understand that it's obviously amazing and it's something that has truly changed my life, I did not do it when I was that young. I think I started doing it when I was like 14, maybe almost 15. I don't know if I could honestly recommend somebody starting social media that young just because I really feel like it can interfere with you growing up.
Editing Maddie here. I went to go on to explain this but didn't explain it very well, so I thought I'd hop in here and explain what I meant. What I meant by that is even at my age of almost 17, it's so easy to become overconsumed by the amount of likes, views, and things like that. And while it's definitely not the hardest job in the world, it does take a lot of work to edit videos and film them and push out content, so it's not something I would recommend for a kid that young.
Along with that, a lot of people were asking how I started my YouTube channel and what got me into YouTube. I feel like I've told this story like a million times, but I think it was in 2022. And I had saw that a bunch of people were posting Euphoria makeup looks on YouTube, and while I definitely didn't watch Euphoria because it was way too inappropriate for me and I still won't watch it, I was really interested in these like abstract looks they were doing, and I just wanted to see if I could try it out. I started with a super simple makeup look, I'll post it right here, but I really thought I did good, and when I finished that makeup look, I just remember thinking, wow, I really love doing makeup, and I really would love to continue to do this. Now, when I posted that first video, and it was gaining views, I had never seen that before, so I was so excited. Not in a way of like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be an influencer because I'm gaining views, but more in a way of like, oh my goodness, people really want to see my content and want to see the makeup that I'm doing. And really, that's mostly the story of how I got into social media. Of course, I have that almost like cliche story of always wanting to do YouTube when I was a little kid, but I seriously had always filmed videos. I was always filming like challenges with my friends when we had sleepovers, like eat it or wear it, or sometimes when I was younger, I have this video, I might pop it up right here, but I literally just took my mom's phone into the bathroom and I made the most random video ever. Now looking back at it, it's like kind of cringy, but it's also just cute to see because I honestly just loved being in front of the camera and loved talking to people. So I'm so grateful that now you guys are allowing me to do something that I've always wanted to do. The next question I absolutely love because I don't know if I've ever been asked this, but the question is, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about doing social media? As a positive person, I'm going to start off with my favorite thing first because I think that obviously outweighs the negative things that happen. And for me, that would honestly just be having a community and this family I've built. I just love knowing that if I ever need to talk to someone, that I can always come to you guys. And on the flip side, also knowing that people know if they have problems, they can always message me or come to me and I'll always be there for them. I just love that when everyone comes here, they can all feel a sense of community the second they enter my page. That's also something I can't wait to start doing on TikTok as well. Now, for my least favorite part, I honestly can't even say it's hate because if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I never really get much hate. And I know that my channel isn't like super big, so I'm definitely not experiencing hate that I will at a bigger level. If I ever see hate hate messages, I honestly just block them and ignore them because I know that they're A, either trolls, or B, they're super insecure people that feel the need to come on the internet and pick apart other people just to feel better about themselves. If I'm being completely honest, one of my biggest struggles has just got to be motivation and feeling like I have to post all of the time. Having guilt when I don't post is something I honestly never expected to have because nobody talks about it, but if I don't post one day, or if I have to take a break for a week because I have testing or something, I feel super, super bad and I feel like I let people down. Which is why you'll always see me on my community tab if I haven't posted in a while, you know, explaining to you guys. And sometimes I just have to tell myself that I don't have to explain myself to anyone. But sometimes I also feel like you guys deserve to know that I'm not just ghosting you guys and that I actually have stuff that I need to be doing. Along with that, I did not realize how hard it would be to come up with different video ideas. When I first started out, I'm not joking with you guys, I was filming at least 2 to 5 different makeup looks a day. But now that I've grown a little bit, I get stumped so often of what you guys want to see because I don't want to post a makeup look that people are like, oh, that's not really what we wanted. So now I've just had to tell myself that I just do makeup looks when I'm like, oh, I really like this picture of inspiration that I saw on TikTok or Pinterest, or if I randomly get an idea in my head. And I also have to tell myself that I'm not forced to film content. This is something that I do for fun. I absolutely love this question, and it was, what is your hardest struggle as a Christian? And be honest. Something I think we can all be honest about as Christians is that one of the biggest things is keeping up our relationship with God. We get so lost in our everyday lives that it's like, wow, I haven't picked up my Bible in a week, or I haven't prayed in a few days. And just as everybody else, that's one of my biggest struggles, is forgetting to continue to pursue my relationship with God. It's something that I'm seriously trying to work on this year, but just like everyone else, I obviously get busy and I have things that I do every day, and sometimes we just forget. And as awful as that sounds, I want to let you guys know that He understands. Not like that gives us a pass or an excuse to forget Him or not talk to Him, but He understands that sometimes in our growth journey, we're gonna have stumps. And we're gonna have times that sometimes we don't want to go talk to Him because we feel embarrassed because we haven't talked to Him in a few days or a few weeks. But I have noticed this year that if I don't pray at night or if I don't read my Bible at least a couple times a week, I feel a lot of anxiety, and reading my Bible or at least praying every single night is something that I have to do to almost keep my sanity, because I will have a lot of anxiety every day if I don't. The next question is if I have any book recommendations. Obviously, my first book recommendation is the Bible, but if you're talking about like regular novels, in general, I definitely like the YA romance novels, but sometimes it's really, really hard for me to get into books, but the ones that I have really been able to get into is the Summer I Turned Pretty like whole series. I believe there's only 3, and I have 3 of them now, so I'm just going to continue to reread them until the series comes out and see how much it lines up. Like I said, it's really hard for me to get into a book. Like, I tried to read Icebreaker, but I really couldn't get into that one, so every time I just end up going back to The Summer I Turned Pretty. Honestly, if you guys have any book recommendations, definitely comment them down below. Sometimes I like a little bit of like a murder mystery, if you guys know any of those, but definitely I fall for more like romance novels. The next question I got is how to start posting Christian content and what to do if you get hate about it. For me, this is a super easy thing to talk about because I post Christian content as much as I can, and how to answer how to post Christian content is just to post it. The way to deal with hate, though, is just to remember why you're doing it. You're not posting it for people to love you, you're posting it for people to love Him and to come to Him. Obviously, as somebody who posts Christian content, you are probably going to get more hate than the average person, but that's just because there are a lot of broken and there are even a lot of evil people in our world. I would say one of the biggest things is just to ignore it. There is no point in putting your energy into somebody that is not even going to have an adult or mature conversation with you. And also, like I said, just remember why you're doing it. You're doing it for Him, you're doing it to glorify Him and to lead others to Him. I also think it's important to remember that if they hate you, they hated Him first. I sadly didn't get like a ton of questions for this Q&A, so the last thing I'm going to answer is just a bunch of questions that I get all the time, like regarding me. So of course, my name is Madison, welcome to my channel. I currently live in Texas, but I was born in Mississippi and moved here when I was about 5, right before I started kindergarten. I'm currently 16, but I turned 17 in just about 2 weeks on May 3rd. And I actually just got my driver's license a few weeks ago at the end of March. A lot of people always ask if I have siblings, and I do. I have 2 older brothers, but they are about 27 and almost 26, so they're a lot older than me. A lot of people are always curious about my schooling situation. I do online school, and I'm currently in 11th grade, and I do it through a program called K-12. I absolutely love it, and it's honestly been the best decision I've ever made in my life was to switch to online school, so I'm so glad that I did that. And that's all of the questions that we had. Here is the finished makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Also, please don't forget to click that link in the description box to check out Ana Luisa down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment down below any future suggestions you guys have for videos, and also don't forget to follow my TikTok. Again, I'll put it right here, and it'll also be in the description box down below. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye, guys.